Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
And it's done and dusted over there for FaZe and NaVi on the first map of the night, one that had to go to all 30 rounds because we wouldn't have it any other way, would we, Chad? NaVi picking up a 16-14 victory here over the likes of FaZe Clan on Inferno. And Chad, you just look like you're ready to burst into some sort of something. I can't tell what it is.
So here's the thing. Karrigan had a fantastic game. He played out of his skin. Sure, maybe he's not in-game leading. Now there's less pressure. He can focus on his crosshair. But he is meant to be the in-game leader of this team. He could, he could put up as many frags as he wants to. Unfortunately, when you go up against a squad like NaVi, you actually need your star players to rock on in. And there's the other four members of this team. Olaf had a very slow start within that first half. It looked like they were battling back into that. It got very interesting for, a fair chunk of that game. We had back and forth rounds. FaZe were stringing it together. They were grinding out like they do best. But then, Trace, it all fell apart.
It all fell apart, and the numbers are not going to be able to accurately depict that in the 16-14 showing. However, we do have the stats here loaded up for you. Karrigan rocking a 96 ADR for the naysayers out there who said he was absolutely unimpactful and not worthy of this position. Chad?
So, yeah, this is kind of the point that I wanted to make in the sense of the in-game leaders, their job is to be the leader. It's not meant to be a star player. So we did have Karrigan show up and be the star player of this one, and he has had a lot of good performances on Inferno in the history of this FaZe team. However, that isn't, what's going to get you the Ws. What's going to get you the Ws is having your players show up and you being able to lead this team. So just if you frame the two, this is why we say you don't expect the in-game leaders to get as many kills. You expect them to be able to hold their own, but you don't expect them to be those carry individuals. There was one point in this game, and I think it was the round that was the round that was probably the most pivotal, because this was a very back and forth affair. It was the simple 2v1 situation. It was actually a 3-on-2 where Zeus was on, I think it was about 2 HP. Simple actually jumps on into the bomb site, grabs the first kill, allows Zeus to cross, get that plant, and then Zeus, they did the switcheroo. They gave the AWP to Zeus, and Simple took over the AK-47. Zeus took a forward angle, missed the shot, and then in a 2-on-1 situation, Simple does what he does best and got the clutch.
And that's why we're comparing Karrigan and Zeus, because yes, you do have these sort of given tactical minds of the team, but we do know that Karrigan's not currently slotted in that role. But if you look at the stats, it seems like he was able to play pretty free-flowing.
Yeah, when people hear us speak about roles, they would think it's like super defined. You actually select that role when you join the team. What we mean with these roles is, right, people have a lot of responsibilities within the squads. Now, Zeus and Karrigan, respectively, for the longest period of time, have been the in-game leaders for both these teams. In recent times, the change to having Nico doing the in-game leadership is what happened at the FaZe at Major, and we have to assume that that's still the case. Now, the reason we're highlighting those two players is because right now you can see the level of impact that Karrigan had on his team, just stat-wise, and they still weren't able to grab the game. Compare that to the impact of Zeus. He only had 17 kills, but maybe he made a call or two that got his team across the line in this tight affair.
At least with Karrigan, we had a .97 kill per rounds ratio. We had a 73.3% kill assist ratio. In an ADR, as we said, was 96, fluctuating around there a little bit. He definitely did his part here, but that's not all that's on the cards here for this FaZe lineup. In fact, NaVi and FaZe are going to be squaring off in that second map of Overpass. And if we begin to talk a little bit more Overpass, Chad, can we expect such a close showing?
I think this one, has the possibility to be another close game. But same again, I'm going to lean towards NaVi and take the victory because I've liked what I've seen from them so far within the Pro League. Going into this next map, they actually have Simple and Electronic playing that A bomb site. And the thing is, it seems a lot of the time that they're playing on their own. They're not really playing off of each other, because they can both go hyper-aggressive and find a kill or two completely on their own accord. And then over towards that B bomb site, that's where you have Edward, that's where you have Flamey on the secondary AWP, and Zeus playing the swingman. If you look at FaZe, they have a very similar makeup. They have Guardian and Rain playing the A bomb site in the toilets and long areas, respectively. A very good rifle and a very good AWP player. Over towards B, you have Olaf and Nico, so you have a secondary AWPer on that bomb site as well. And then Karrigan, he gets to play the swing role as well. So his impact, I think, on the CT side will be harder to be... It won't be felt as much as what it was in that Inferno game, that's for sure.
He's going to need just a little bit more there. I mean, they did just fall short on Inferno, so perhaps any sort of criterias that they could meet here going into Overpass that could help them, per se, get over that little bit of a hurdle at the end?
No, because there were lots of like pivot rounds, right? In the 16-14 game, these are the smaller margins, like losing out in that clutch situation that I highlighted where Simple won the 1v2. These are the scenarios that, you know, they don't necessarily always fall in the same way. If you play that out 10 times, maybe he'd only win it 2 of those times. So it's only the little details. I didn't see anything bad, you know, if you look at the team's tactics or their approach or anything along those lines. Everything looked decent from both teams, Trace. It's just NaVi got across the line.
NaVi got across the finish line, and we do have under a minute now to make this all work. And we actually prepared a special presentation, and one in which is going to be really one of a kind here. So, Chad, if you'd like to kick it off, perhaps we can do that as we buckle in these commentators.
I'm going to get this underway. So last night, if you were joining us on the broadcast, which I hope you were, there was a sandwich heist. One of our sandwiches was stolen from the fridge. Trace, I want you to show everybody what kind of delicious sandwich we're dealing with here. This has got cheese, it's got lettuce, it's got tomato, it's got all the salads, it's got jalapenos, it's got chicken, it's got bacon.
Hey,
it is delicious. Now the Goonies are with us. We're running out of time, Trace. I need to make this quick. We have them in the plastic bag. They will reside in the fridge. I have made some notes. This do not touch note. You won't be able to see it. It's going on the bag. Goonies, I need you to confirm that this is going on the bag.
It's not in Danish, that's the only problem.
I don't care. If someone steals one of these sandwiches, they will feel my wrath. Inside the bag, I have a note that says, if you have opened this bag, I am mad, not sad. So this one is going in the bag.
Even more aggressive.
And then another note, which we're going to place on this bag, will have all of our names on it. Trace?
Is this just for show, or can I eat this?
You can eat it.
Oh.
It's a bit like the Red Bulls.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yes, these are our sandwiches, and I guess... Furthermore, are you satisfied with the current resolution?
Well, they need to make their way to the fridge now because they do have chicken in them and we won't be eating them for several hours. If they go missing while in that fridge again, there will be trouble.
And the only trouble I want to hear about is the trouble that FaZe Clan might have here on Overpass. And Harry, I can't think of one individual more posed to give this answer than you, my friend. You have the floor. You can speak your mind.
Yeah, Trace, thank you very much. And I am just enthralled with enthusiasm. I'm bursting at the seams with enthusiasm, Hugo, as we get ready to head on through to this second map. The sandwich crisis of 18, that's sorted, that's done. Chad resolved it, that's what he does, he's a fixer. Now we get ready to head on into this, Hugo, and we look at FaZe. They need a fixer. They need someone to fix this team. They need a Chad. And, you know, I mean, Carrigan, he tried to be the Chad of FaZe Clan. It didn't work out too great, though, over in that previous map.
Take into account, they did win the map, so... Oh, no, sorry, NaVi did win the map, so FaZe were very, very close to actually getting it across the board, and I don't think you can count them out completely. Again, Overpass is going to look favourable for NaVi, but... Oh my god, where the hell has Olofmeister come from? Look at him on the flank. He's just walked up from behind and killed both players. Zeus and Simple are dead. This round is all up in the air. The T's and CTs have swapped positions, Harry. I don't know what's going on. It's a party in the party. Flamey and Electronic trying to isolate Rain, but he's just doing damage on 2 HP. The trade's back in, and Edward is on that A bomb site, but the bomb is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, bomb's still back over here towards mid. And Roloff, this round's not going to be a walk in the park. I mean, I guess it kind of was, but... now he's got to keep an eye on this bomb, and there are players coming his way. Nico trying to help out, but he's still a very long way away in that A bomb site, so Olaf has been left to his own devices here. P250 in hand and creeping forward. He's going to hear them retrieve the bomb, and now they start to head over here toward this A bomb site with Olaf still lurking behind them.
Nico should be able to spot them as well if he wide peeks, but he's actually not fully committing, and NaVi close to the corner. Electronic gets spotted. Great shot from Nico. And Edward's being flanked as well. If we look at Olaf on the map, he's about to have his number. Oh, this is getting a little bit awkward. Edward might be able to isolate Nico here on the site, but he's running around, ring around the Rosie for Nico, and it's going very well. 13 seconds on the clock. Here's the flank, but Olaf is not going to get the kill. It's Nico instead. Great work from Nico. 2 kills. Delays long enough to allow his teammates to rotate in, and FaZe is going to take the pistol to start off Overpass.
Yes, they most certainly are, Hugo. And getting off to a good start here. That's exactly what we need to see the FaZe boys do on Overpass. I think unanimously agreed is the best map in the game.
Yeah. Well, by me and you.
Yeah. And we right now are the voice of this game.
We're the ones with the mics, Harry.
Haha, if you disagree. we're just going to censor you.
Well, NaVi using this round.
Some Java recently I could have used as a joke there, but we're not going to. FaZe Clan, 1-0 up, Hugo.
Yeah. NaVi are using this second round as a tactical pause. Not trying to waste them, just trying to chill out, go full existence, work out whatever whatever it is that they would like to do on that next spy round that will be coming up in just a second. And FaZe on the other side of the map, as we look at this very smooth, they're starting to get a bit inquisitive. Olaf is pushed up on the short. The rest of his team still stacked in the CT spawn. This is a really weird round. I don't think it's live at all because Nico just killed his teammate.
Yeah, either that or finally these teams have just crumbled and all these cracks are starting to show. But yeah, we've just been informed that the round is going to get restored back to the beginning. We get to see who's best on NaVi. This is interesting. Actually, there's like a bit of an alliance going on between Electronic and Simple.
Well, Simple already killed Electronic last map, so I think he's just kind of making up for it. Like, okay, I'll defend you this time.
I'll protect you.
Yeah, he protect. He loves Prozac. What can I say?
Oh, forget what that is.
Me too. I hope that wasn't incredibly rude.
Yeah, no, but let's take a gander. Let's wait and see. Right.
Oh,
it's been
okay. No, let's just move on from this. Either way, round restart has come through. We have the second round here for NaVi, and they're not going to have a lot to play with. Again, just P250s, just Glocks, Harry. Whereas FaZe, pretty well armed. They won the pistol round, so they're going to have some SMGs, a couple of FAMASs we saw as well, reinvestments. They get to, plenty of time to decide what they want to buy and what little they want to buy on the NaVi side.
Well, we've restored the round.
Well done.
Now that was me. Now can we restore FaZe's honor as they look to try and convert this second round?
Is that just a body sitting in spawn?
Yeah, it's an ominous message,
Is that
but it's one that NaVi are keen to make. Only the strong survive. That's what we can learn here. Natural selection in the server. And FaZe, this should be a pretty clean round for you. You can see Simple's gone for a deagle. He's gone for a bit of an investment. Not something we've really seen all too much in these second rounds. Usually it has just been a full eco. And Hugo, man, yesterday, do you remember? I had a little chat. I was saying, are we going to see in these second rounds on the CT side, you just roll with pistols? And there's been some early adopters of it.
I like it. They've been listening to the economy man Harry
mastermind,
himself.
just Harry.
Oh, Zeus is AFK. He just got shot, and Guardian didn't want to commit to it because he thought Zeus was holding his angle, but Zeus is just fully gone. Oh, he's back. He's like, why am I on 70 health? Oh god.
Just answer the door or something quickly.
He's got pizza delivery. Oh dear. Guardian, Guardian could have got a free kill, but either way, he's still getting rid of Zeus down in the connector. Wants to make it fair. Actually, to be fair, Guardian might have noticed that Zeus is AFK and just out of respect not killed him. So if that is the case, shout out to Guardian. That's cool for people who do that. Don't kill a man who's AFK. This isn't a matchmaking game, Either way.
I think the biggest one is don't knife someone who's AFK.
Yeah.
That is just... Oh. Not that should ever be happening in a LAN event.
Yeah, no one's answering the door at the major.
Yeah, that would maybe compromise the integrity.
Oh, Electronic needs to die here. They might not kill him, Harry. They might just hide because he's only got 18 seconds left up. Oh, no. I like it when teams do that. Big do that a lot. We've seen that a few times at Star Series when there's low time. They'll just all put their knives out and not kill the final player. We had a weird round on Nuke with Alu trying to get the bomb down and then trying to knife Smooya. It was really weird. But
yeah. And then who knifed him? It was Tabson or
someone swooped in. Tabson swooped in with a knife.
Yeah. That's exciting. But Hugo, NaVi, they get the buy in here. We saw that 1D on Simple. We thought maybe that would affect things, but it hasn't. It's AKs across the board for this T side. A little bit of utility spread thinly across the NaVi camp as well. And early on, it's going to be a man in towards Party for FaZe, where he's not looking for... I don't know.
For what, Harry?
Yeah, I really tried to piece that joke together as I went along, and I just couldn't think of one. But here we go. NaVi stacked up outside of the B-bomb site, and there's a couple of players in here who might have something to say about that.
Well, in about a minute's time, because NaVi like to leave it very, very late. Overpass is no exception. Do not get fooled. Flash over the top, burst Zeus and Simple out of these tunnels. Zeus and Simple is like a duo that play together on bomb sites and push together as teasers. Kind of like Gobby and Smooya. It's like a cute little like father-son thing. I like that. It's a lot of Simple just waiting to trade Zeus more than anything. That's a boost up after the flashbang. Nice timing from Nico. Could have been a wallbang there for Zeus, but he was not ready for that. And while Nico does get tagged, he's found himself a man advantage. NaVi have 35 seconds left as they begin to push out through Monster here. Olaf is playing close, and we need to have him have a huge round, but he's only found himself one. Still looking good for FaZe Clan in the man advantage, but quick kills from NaVi turn this tide of battle, and it's down to the 1v1.
Yeah, but Flamey's done so much through the smoke, saying that Guardian is already here, already homing in his sights and holding down the angle. FaZe Clan are going to be securing themselves a third round. NaVi back to the drawing board and back to the doldrums of that rather weak economy now on this T side. They've gone ahead and you're likely going to see just an eco, maybe a few pistols, maybe a partial buy if they're feeling really ballsy, but they've gone for just Glocks. Nope, they've gone for a force buy.
The NaVi way, never
I was
ends.
about to say, like, they've gone from one extreme to the other. Now they've gone for no investment, but it's straight back to the old, old habits die hard, Hugo.
The old unfaithful, as we call it, Harry. Well, let's see if it finds any success here, because again, they've saved a bit of money, and they know that 4th round loss bonus will mean they can fully buy up next round, so this is actually okay. Bomb plot would really make all the difference, though. And that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't always make sense with NaVi, because we've got players like Flamey and Zeus. They can buy up next round. They are fine. Then you got Edward with $100. Like, what is your plan here at next round when you don't get a bomb plant? You're really, really hoping that you get that. So let's see if NaVi finds success with this force buy, or if FaZe do the expected and lock this down on the B bomb site.
I guess the one upside mentally to forcing in these rounds is, there's a good chance you could win it, and mentally you kind of have to. Like, you need this bomb plant. Your life almost depends on it in the coming round. But I don't know how much it's going to affect your aim. Here's the push about to come on in though, Hugo. 40 seconds left. NaVi stacked up outside of B, and now they come barreling on in. Nico on the pillar has let them get down through short. Carrigan trying to help out. He's actually going to do far more than that. He sprays down everybody as they push in, and it's Edward left in a 1v3. Finds her first, but Olaf immediately in position to trade, and FaZe going to be moving up 4-0.
Yeah, those kills from Ed will go a long way. It enables him to actually have enough money to buy an AK with armor here. He's not going to have nades behind it, but yeah, it turns out fine. It always does with NaVi, it seems.
Yeah, they're like that one guy who, like, you go traveling with him and he, like, just rocks up to the airport, like, 40 minutes before the flight. Oh, but the flight is delayed, so it's fine. And, then doesn't have travel insurance. Everyone else gets sick, but he's fine, It's like,
yeah.
Does everything the most risky way. But they're always pretty good. There you go. How's that for an analogy?
I like that's a very good analogy. Very lucky, very true, very questionable at sometimes, but it works out for NaVi, and now they've got full guns. No AWP though. That's one of the problems with these constant force buys. We're on a map where AWPs reign supreme, and we want to see Simple on that weapon. So to have NaVi going for so many explosive buys, I mean, that's one thing, right? Sometimes you'll see teams force and the AWP will save. No. Not with NaVi. If people are forcing, Simple's forcing too. He's joining them every single time. So, yeah, they're going to have to win a round and take Guardians if they really want one at this point.
I would argue that's one of the limitations of the NaVi force buy is that Simple, you need him to be the guy to step up, right? So pressure's always on. If you're the guy who is the star player of the team, you're always forcing, and that's going to be an issue as the AWPer. But they don't have one out yet, as you say over on the T side. They're going to have to go ahead and take Guardians through his cold, dead hands. He's still very much alive and warm.
Does he have hands?
I can't confirm nor deny that one right now. But
back towards B the way for NaVi.
Yeah.
Well, 30 seconds left, and smoke's just going down for FaZe. It's going to make this very, very difficult for NaVi. This bomb is not going back up A. It's too far committed. Nico's in a really good spot to drop this bomb and win the round with just a couple of kills here. Electronics into the grinder and the meat grinder, and he's going to go straight down. Nice trade there from Simple. Does get the bomb up to the site, but Karen, if he drops a bomb here, he can win the round. They do have the cover from short, and Zeus keeps things intact. 4 players surviving for NaVi as well. Oh, Edward even grabbed the AWP at the end of the round off Guardian's body in the CT spawn, so that's going to make things very, very nice now for NaVi. And yeah, it works out after all, as always. They're back on. First T-side round taken, and look at the economical damage. That's one thing that that NaVi are really good at, right? Even on these rounds where they're forcing and losing and losing and losing, the one round they eventually win puts FaZe on eco. Here's the quad boost we've been seeing a little bit recently. Oh, what a shot from Simple. That's so lovely. Yeah, it takes 5 people to do that, but Simple's going to be able to take down Nico falling from the heavens, quite literally now. Even drop him for a little bit more in the connector. Nice shot from Edward. But yeah, to go back to the point, I mean, the damage that NaVi do in these rounds that they don't win puts FaZe on eco after just one loss, which is always nice to see.
Rain's gone aggressive in through party though. We saw in the pistol for FaZe, Olaf do this exact same thing, and it was what netted him that pistol round. Now Rain looking to try and replicate his heroics. This time he has been checked, he's been found out. The ruse is up, and now they know that Rain is here. Edward going to be sliding into not his DMs, but instead I guess his body, and then it's a bit of a gruesome image. Guardian and Olaf, they're 2v4. And yeah, they over here in the toilets you go. No one's coming their way from NaVi.
Sliding into his body sounds like a really grim Halloween costume. Like, here, I've got his skin.
I was trying to see if we could do something with that. Well, not with skin, but like
with what? What part of that sentence is appropriate?
I tried to see if for Halloween I could dress as you.
Oh yeah, but that wouldn't really work.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's like a little beyond like my budget to have like a full-on face like resculpting.
Resculpting. It's like plasticine now. You're claymationing your own face. What is going on?
Oh, Guardian got that gun that was thrown out the map.
Yeah, wow, that's clever.
It was like a vending machine.
But free.
I mean, all vending machines are free if you're willing to risk getting, you know, arrested.
What vending machines give out guns, though? That is the question, Harry.
I don't know. I couldn't answer that one.
It's got to be one of those somewhere. But for now, NaVi, 2 rounds on this T side. I'm just going to completely avoid that conversation. Guardian does get away with this gun, but Olaf Meister will not find one for himself. And this AWP on Simple is still dragged forward. Here's the boost again in play. 4 players boost, and the 5th one has to let Simple get up on top. You've got to be very careful, because on any boosts other than 2 players, you slide off. So you've got to pick a wall to kind of like lean against, and that's why Simple kind of almost fell off the top of the boost. He gets away with it, Harry, and he gets a kill. We're going to be seeing that on an anti-eco round as well, so a bit of a weird round to show it off, but hey, a man advantage taken. We're not going to see any FaZe players fall from heaven anytime soon, but we are going to see some boosts of their own. On the CT side, Guardian going above and beyond, known for being on the top of these boosts in the past, and he will continue taking down Edward. His armor AK is going to be pretty important in actually winning FaZe this round. If they have any chance, it's got to really be Guardian. That's why we've got these players setting up around him in the connector. They walk in to get the info. Guardian dives in, but it's actually Carrigan to take the frag. Again, continuing his stellar performance from the previous map. FaZe are now in control of this round in terms of manpower, but they've given up a lot of map control. And NaVi, they've swiftly taken it up on A long. Everyone is here on B right now for FaZe, but they will be rotating into position.
Yeah, NaVi taking their time to arrive. Guardian over here in the bank. Gonna go peeking on out. Hasn't managed to find anything just yet. Utility still raining in. NaVi with plenty of time left. Don't have to commit to this, but the bomb is already here, and it's going to look to go down now. They haven't cleared out Optimus and Carrigan. Ooh. Does stop the bomb going down for the time being. That's going to buy them that much more time. Zeus in with a quick double. Carrigan gets one of his own, but it all falls onto the shoulders of Nico. Left in the clutch. 1 versus 2 right now, and the aim punch there just too much. You know, he goes to the sky as he takes a couple of shots to the chest. That's NaVi picking up a 3rd round. 2 players staying alive. But that was just the eco from FaZe. So now the buy going to be back on the cards.
Yeah, and the AWP as well. We actually don't have one right now for Simple. He's just gone back in with the rifle, so maybe looking for another free upgrade here if he can take down Guardian like they did back 3 rounds ago. Guardian, they're going very aggressive at the start of this round. Peeks out with the AWP. He won't find anything, but luckily enough for his own sake, doesn't get killed by any of the NaVi players that are looking towards long. That's simple. As the rest of them work their way through the connector, taking B short as well. Very slow approach here from NaVi, very methodical, making sure that FaZe are not holding on to any of these aggressive positions that they once showed in the form of Rain and Guardian. But Rain's still here in the toilets. This is a nice angle as well, because he was just peeking a pixel gap. If anyone walks past, he'll be able to see them, but he's not committing to any kind of fight unless he wants to. Swaps spots in the smoke, stops any short push from coming through, and Guardian will miss his shot on long, so he has to fall back a little bit. This gives NaVi more and more room and as they start to approach this A bomb site. And Guardian just isn't getting any info off this spot. He's finally going to see Edward, and that's when he doubles back, starting to get very, very close up. Rain here in the toilets, very hung out to dry, and Zeus is going to take him down. Karrigan tried to move in for the trade, and he will actually get Zeus, but there's still 2 more players on the other side of this toilet wall, and Electronic will strip him away. 4v2 now for NaVi, and this should be their round.
It should be, but Olofmeister's looking to maybe call that into question. He's wrapping around into connector. The only issue is, will he be ready for Electronic? No, he most certainly will not. And that's going to be the round going the way of NaVi. All tied up 4-4 here on Overpass. The issue is it's back to this very, very weak economy for FaZe. They're going to have no money to invest in this coming round, Hugo. So maybe NiKo gets away with this M4. But I've always wondered, why is that lawnmower there?
There's a park, a playground to mow.
That makes sense, I guess.
I mean, that wasn't a lot of thinking required, but...
Oh.
What's down there?
That's some pallets.
That's not a lawnmower, mate.
That is almost...
The lawnmower's on NiKo's right, if you're looking for it, but... Oh! No, not in the... Go around the hallway. Yeah, there we go. Left. There it is. Go. Well done.
What's that for?
Mowing lawns, mate. Well, 4-4 here for NaVi. They've really taken control of this T side, and we're at the point where FaZe are starting to build up loss bonus. So it's kind of buy eco until FaZe eventually win a round, which you'd like to think would happen soon.
That's
but...
a pretty awful spot to be in as well for a CT side. This is how you see teams just snowball wildly out of control, right? FaZe, they need to, in this coming buy round as well, they need to try and figure out how to break this NaVi win streak ASAP. You know, this is not the sort of team that you can let build up this confidence, build up this momentum, especially not on their T side of Overpass. Now, already down here towards long, you can see there's been some aggression come on through. It's about to get quelled, though. A bit of a team kill. Flamey does get rid of Zeus, but that was one of the accidental ones. It doesn't really play to the round all too much. It's just the 2 B bomb site brothers. The triple Bs. NiKo and Olaf.
Armed with just Eagles here. I mean, NaVi aren't even rushing into this bomb site. This is where you could easily start to doubt yourself if you're FaZe. Like, have NaVi crept into B? Have they gone monster? We don't have any info. And, I mean, NaVi really are taking their time. They're hoping that FaZe get aggressive, and that's kind of common in these kind of spots, right? You're already down 2 men. You know NaVi aren't going to be on every position of the map, so you can kind of take risks and push up, try and pull back this man advantage, but in this spot, FaZe just stick to their guns and stick to their bomb sites, holding on. NiKo going to peek out here, and Edwards on the other side, but Flamey is well supporting from short just to make things even more difficult. And he jump spots, gets no info, and in fact, he gets the worst info because FaZe have committed 2 to B while NaVi creep their way onto that A bomb site. It's not creeping anymore. They're throwing nades. They're making it very, very obvious, but it doesn't seem to matter because there's nothing FaZe can do to stop this round. That bomb is already down, and NiKo's beginning to rotate up the stairwell, but the smoke has cut him off in the bank, and yeah, this is just a consolation now for FaZe. If they can find even 1 kill here, I'll be impressed. Maybe Symbol gets blindsided considering he's scoped, and nice shot from Olaf, but they're not going to let him get away with that when surely Edward finds him, and now, oh, through the bank, NiKo gets another. This is getting dastardly costly for NaVi considering like how much weaponry was in this round for FaZe. Finding 2 kills there with the Deagles is so good, and NiKo's going to try and retrieve this AWP. Will Flamey allow him? Oh. No. Does get it, though, but this bomb should kill him.
Almost.
Yeah.
But once again, they don't give out prizes for almost. Now, a quick B-Stream update for those of you who are a little bit curious. We just saw NIP take the first map versus Big, 16-13. Big just completely blew them out of the water, though, on Train. It was a victory going their way, 16-5.
Wow. That is pretty crazy, in fact. Big splitting maps with Nip, who have been up and down this season so far, to say the least. They're still near the bottom of the board, at least. So, have NaVi done this again? Another boost up? I mean, why not? You're not going to catch anything this time because it was a bit later into the round and FaZe had not set up with anyone in heaven. And this is kind of like why you shouldn't be throwing this boost into an eco round like they did earlier, because if you give this away on an eco round when you don't really need to, FaZe are going to be very, very hesitant to play that heaven position. Because if you're FaZe there, you don't even know the angle that NaVi are peeking you from.
Who
even
came
if you
up
know
with
the
that
boost.
How do you find that? That's what
I think
always wonder.
it came out a couple of years ago on on Reddit or something, and then pros started using it more and more recently. We saw Ghost use it at Zotac Masters. That's the first time I've seen it like this year. And
Okay.
A couple more teams have been on it.
Well, here's this pushing towards B. Zeus leading the charge. The bomb is about to go down, Hugo, and might be 5 retake. Nico still inside of the bomb site. We haven't really got to see too much from this B bomb site defense. They've usually felt like they've been thrust into these retakes up towards A. So Nico finally getting his shot at some action here. It is good for that first kill and a second at that before Electronic and Zeus start to haul NaVi back into this round in a very big way. The trades go back and forth, but ultimately it's Guardian left in a 1v2 versus, well, you know, one of his old teammates, and I guess his replacement.
He's going to have to go back and save Harry. FaZe, again, back in this awkward economical spot. It's so back and forth right now, but more back and forth in the sense of not like FaZe are winning any rounds, more back and forth in the sense of eco buy, and that's been continuing ever since NaVi won their first T-side rounds just 6 ago, and it's been flawless ever since. So really getting on this T-side is NaVi, getting under FaZe's skin, and this money is not looking good either for the FaZe side, so a bit of an investment, pistol armor. Loss bonus, of course, maxed out, so you can afford to put in some money into pretty much every round. But again, NaVi, I mean, they've got the bank behind them. 2 players on 10k, Edward on 7. AWP is again in the hands of Simple, and he's just got Guardian to contend up against, who's boosted up as well. Late peeking this angle to Electronic. Does have to care of the connected door, but nice timing on the peak. Takes down one, repositions as Flamey dives into the connector, but another 1-for-1 going the way of FaZe as well. So this is actually turning out to be a very good round. These pistol players can pick up guns. They have armor behind it, and Olaf's doing more and more damage by the second. Taking down Zeus. Great shot from Simple on the flick, but Guardian's still here with the AWP. He doesn't need to give away this kill, so he'll back off. Force NaVi to make the next move, and Edward's certainly done that up on the A bomb site. He's trying to take down Nico, but he misses his opening bounce, and that's going to be very, very difficult now as Nico won't commit to this fight.
Oh, he goes back, and he actually does commit, and he finds the kill on the back of it. Now Simple, well, never mind, going to get deleted by Guardian. As in the clash of the Orpas, Guardian emerges victorious, at least in that round. 5-6 right now. NaVi still sporting a lead. And still with plenty of cash to invest. Once again, by the way, it's Carrigan spearheading this charge for the FaZe clan, along with Nico, carrying over their good form from Inferno.
They're going to need some damn good form, though, to get rid of NaVi here on Overpass. I mean, that was a 6-round streak. Are NaVi really going to just do this again and again and again? Why not? Problem is, again, like, you're doing it 20 seconds into the round, so you're not going to find anyone. Simple's desperately looking, but... And the only problem with this is you dedicate all 5 players to doing it, so you lose any chance of having map control in this round. And while, no, FaZe haven't pushed, they don't know this setup's here, but FaZe could have pushed, and now NaVi have to remain aware on all parts of the map that, okay, they could even be in the playground, they could have quad stacked B right now, we don't know, we have no information, so there's the risk that comes with the reward of maybe getting a kill. Nice position from Nico, but it'll be avoided by NaVi, who look to just barrel in through Monster. This is the best call to make, considering how little info they have in this round. Simple's going to watch that backline as the AKs charge on in. Edward spotted one player below him, and Carrigan's going to go down, but not before 2 kills come through for the FaZe side. This bomb plant can come through, but Nico is in a position to cut off anyone here from NaVi trying to get into a post plant. Edward gets aggressive, but he has the bomb. This is not the player you want pushed up. Even if he gets this kill to Rain, he's got to rally back and get that plant in, because there's only 25 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Edward really is playing with fire at this point. He's going to start to edge away, and he's going to be allowed to escape for the time being. Guardian just waiting. Will get flashed off the angle there. One plant looks to come on in now, and the Molotov going to hold back Nico over here at the short position. So Edward and Flamey given a few seconds now to try and set up these post plants, but the pressure still very much on from FaZe, leaves them far from comfort. Now they have to try and make the best out of what they've got. Edward down here does spot out Guardian. He's going to go and win that first fight versus Rain. And it's Flamey down here towards Monster to chain together 2 quick kills, cementing a 7th round on the board for NaVi. And Flamey, well, he might have been quiet as a mouse back on Inferno, but here on Overpass, he has been absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, it's him and Edward again. Top fragging for this NaVi side. We have Electronic on 11 kills. Simple, he's on 4. Zeus, who was so damn good in that previous map, he's on 6. Really nice work from Flamey in that previous, and that's the hard reset to FaZe. Luckily enough, the one round they did win was a pistol round with lots of players surviving, so they can still reinvest here with a double AWP. But this could be their last buy of the half. If NaVi win this round, this will send them to 8 on round number 14. FaZe will have to eco, but even then it won't be great. Olaf missing that opening AWP shot, and he could get cornered here. There's no one up on short to try and cut him off, so he tries to retreat with that smoke in his face as well, backing off through the toilets, but maybe hungry for a little bit more. This time flashed off, and yeah, he will retreat. Doesn't want to overface here. He's got Rain supporting him up in the connector, but NaVi again hesitant to push up in short. They just take toilets from long, and now Zeus is going to be moving into position, but again, if this kill's found from Rain, there's plenty of players to trade it out, unless Rain just ducks back down into the depths below, and he'll do exactly that. Take the man advantage as it comes, and go on that long flank while NaVi set up for the A play.
And with Rain's potential here in the back, he can hear these rotations. Electronic going to get plucked away from that B bomb site. And Rain still closing in. He's going to get spotted by Simple. Never mind. He's going to go ahead and look to get them back into this round now. Just 30 seconds left, and you can see pouncing on in over here towards long. That's going to be Edward. He gets toppled almost immediately. Flamey continuing this good form. It now falls to him and Simple. If any 2 players could get it done in this matchup, we believe it's these 2, and Simple finding a 2nd kill to his name now. One plant looking to come in, only 10 seconds left, and barreling through that smoke, that's Nico. He has dropped the bomb. 7 seconds, Guardian over in the bank. Flamey has to get on this bomb now, and he's not going to do it. There's no time. FaZe winning the round on the back of that smoke push from Nico. And NaVi probably pretty bitter that they didn't go for that bomb plant sooner.
Yeah, that really hurts, right? Again, it's the bomb plants are getting aggressive and not just focusing on the plant when you can put it down. Simple tries to take the gunfights, much how I think it was Edward who was pushed up in CT spawn on B a couple of rounds ago with the bomb. This is coming back to haunt NaVi. Some fundamentals falling apart here in the latter stage of the round. 7-6. FaZe bounce back from being reset economically and do it in great fashion as well. Problem is, a couple of players going down. They've got a shotgun, they've got an SMG. They do have that AWP, and I will say Olaf missed a lot of shots with that AWP in the previous round, so I'm happy to see him back on a rifle. Kara gonna jump in over Flamey's head and then look back down and find the kill anyway. Upgrades to an AK, and that is a BM way to go down if you're Flamey, especially being the top fragger in the server by a huge lead. So not how you want to start off the round if you're NaVi.
Definitely not. You've lost one of the keys to your T-side success so early on. And to such a meme of a gun. So who's down here? Looking to try and get this trade. Carrigan will actually get bested there. So back into the 4-on-4. Electronic We saw him die over here towards Monster in that previous round. This time, he's in this smoke, edging forward. Him and Olaf close enough to reach out and touch one another if they wanted almost. 25 seconds here as the push looks to come in, and Olaf has gone ahead and deleted Electronic. Now Rain, he's behind enemy lines and he's causing chaos. A second kill, and the MP9 is just divine. That's the round going the way of FaZe. 7-7, all tied up. And moving into a double AWP setup now as well.
Oh, Miss Molly on the roof there as well in that round. And yeah, we even see the double AWP saved forward for FaZe. So Olaf maybe wanting another go on that. Hopefully able to actually hit some shots here on this A bomb site. Because again, if we think back to that previous round with him on the AWP, he definitely had some trouble. Gone down towards B this time. So it could be a new change of scenery, a new change of pace. Made up early, but we have NaVi fast playing this position. Edwards already pushed up past the utility that went down, and he's got to watch his left because there's Rain in the toilets already looking to make it rain. One kill taken. These pistols for NaVi are starting to get pounded by Guardian with the AWP. They don't quite have the range to reach out, and Rain going to go again, aggressive up on long. Zeus does win that battle finally, so NaVi actually get a kill, but a bit of utility in response will keep Zeus, well, back for now, as well as a smoke. And FaZe have such a heavy A setup here with 3 players, and NaVi, I mean, this is such a tough nut to crack, especially without the weaponry to get onto this bomb site. One smoke. I mean, best case scenario here, if you actually commit towards long, is to throw this close smoke to cut off Guardian and try and jump through, but they don't even have flashbangs to follow up, so NaVi going to give up control along, back off towards the spawn, and figure out a new way to approach this round.
Yeah, NaVi roaming together like a pack of wolves back through T-spawn. That's more like the 3 Musketeers. It's Zeus, Flamey, and Simple. Looking to try and secure this B-bomb site now. FaZe, they've seemed very good at holding down this B-bomb site time and time again. Olaf is here. Going to actually miss that shot with the AWP, and that's a serious way into this round for NaVi. They were looking for one, and they've been gifted it by Olaf. Nico looking to try and return to sender, but no. He'll get found by Simple. The bomb's still yet to go down, and it's been denied. This round's all said and done. Once again, NaVi betrayed by that clock. FaZe going to move 8-7 up here at the end of this first half.
Ouch. That really hurts. I mean, this is just NaVi through and through, right? They love losing these rounds in the last 5 seconds. Great heart from FaZe. Let's remember that, right? Going up 8-7 against a NaVi have looked not only damn good on the T sides, but also a map up in these 2 best of 1s. Obviously, NaVi are going to be comfortable going forward with 7 rounds on their terrorist half of Overpass. Not bad at all, but either way, FaZe have certainly got a chance to run away with this game. It's just so up in the air, right? Like, especially with all these force buys that we know NaVi are likely to throw in. At least now they're going to the CT side, but that's far less common, but FaZe have no issue with forcing the issue. Sorry, NaVi, rather. Again, it's different players stepping up each map here for NaVi. Never a consistent fragger for this team, it seems. And this map, Flamey's had a real show of it. He's, as you can see, 14 and 10 right now, 108 ADR. Nico's top of the board for FaZe. He had a great game earlier with Karrigan alongside him. They were 2 of the standout players for the team, despite actually losing that one to NaVi. Bottom of the board, Harry, not what you like to see is Simple. But again, he's not had that AWP too much. We've had a lot of force buy rounds from NaVi on the T side. We had a lot of a really strong start from FaZe as well. Take that into account. They got a 4-0 and kept NaVi on pistols for a little bit before we had a bounce back. And near the end of the half, it was a couple of resets for either side. It kind of meant the economy was so topsy-turvy, Simple couldn't get on that AWP. And even when we saw him in like the 2vx situations, he was hitting his shots. He was playing well. So maybe it's just a case of really getting into the groove. And with the CT side AWP availability now on this map, I think Simple again will be a dangerous threat, much as how he was on Inferno on that CT side rather than the T side.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to the most is seeing a team play a bit of a change of pace. You know, NaVi, they love these slower rounds. We've seen them lose to time now, time and time again in this matchup even.
Ooh.
And taking a look at those odds, NaVi still favored ever so slightly. They're given the tiniest of edge by the wonderful folks over at Betway.
You use wonderful every time you describe Betway. Is that on purpose?
Obviously.
I know they're wonderful people, Harry, but like it's the same as you being excited.
What are the odds on me using wonderful?
I don't know.
Someone
Maybe
should ask Betway that.
Maybe Betway will put that up. Either way,
That's a moneymaker right there.
yeah,
Because I just decide whenever I want to break that.
you can rig that pretty easily.
But, you know, we'll wait and see. FaZe Clan. They take mid-control early on. Now they leave one man over here towards long, and then they back away. You know, what are they doing, Hugo?
Well, this heavy setup from NaVi and the Connect is actually really good to try and counter this from FaZe. They might get confused with the fact that, you know, Karrigan can come down towards B from the top of stairs as well as these players down on short, but NaVi have a very good chance, if they don't get baited by this utility usage of Karrigan, to actually push in through B short and cut off this attempt from FaZe. Simple's killed Karrigan, and now they might actually realize this is the B play after all. NaVi is still here. NaVi have not been fooled by the fake, and FaZe are on the bomb site, but Edwards up on short. Missed shot will cost him his life, and this allows the bomb plant to go down with Rain finding 2 more kills. Electronic and Simple make that just Simple, left up in the clutch, and he's got such a huge task to do. The time is low, but Rain is going to be hitting his shots. 3 kills from him in the pistol round. I mean, that's just a case of a couple of missed shots from NaVi, and FaZe having Rain just go nuclear on the bomb site. Even though NaVi had that quick rotate back down short, it is not going to be enough, Harry. And FaZe, they've taken their second pistol with the map.
Yeah, they most certainly have. You know, it's been a good recovery from Rain, actually. You know, a good sign of things to come, perhaps, in this T-side half as well. He was very, very quiet back on Inferno. He hasn't got off to the best of starts here on Overpass, but he's starting to recover, starting to build up some more of that confidence here. And that's what we need to see, because confidence is key. Now, over on this CT side, Hugo, NaVi, they've gone for a 4-spy. And that isn't something we've been too used to seeing from any team on their CT side. But I'm a fan. I'll be honest with you, Hugo, I'm a fan.
And especially if you want to get this AWP on Simple, right? It's an equal score already. You're not too far behind. You eco this, you force this, you eco the next round, and then the round after that, you're going to have the AWP on Simple. So I think Zeus is even saving for Simple's sake to just allow him to go, okay, right, Simple, you go in, you buy that deagle, you try and open up some rounds, try and actually win us this eco, because that would be great for NaVi, but obviously you can't bank on that every time. Especially not with how... the reason 4-spies are getting more difficult with this new setup and new money is that because most teams don't 4-spy, the team that wins a pistol usually buys up a hell of a lot of rifles in the second round, and FaZe have gone for 3. So we're seeing far less SMGs in play.
They've also gone for just the USP on Guardians.
Yeah.
That's potentially a weakness that NaVi can look to exploit. FaZe setting up outside of this A bomb site. 30 seconds left, and NaVi, they've got a full-on stack here. 4 players, with even then a 5th rotation in from Edward that can come through very, very quickly. So FaZe might just spring the trap of NaVi as they start to edge on forward. That smoke goes down, and now FaZe, they've got to go through it. The flash rains in, but Electronic, ooh, out of ammo with the CZ knife in hand. Gonna try and get this done, but Nico and Karrigan, 4 frags between them. Edward might be able to deny the bomb plant. Indeed he does. And a second as well. 7 seconds, but Olaf, he's the savior.
Yeah, that still came very close. A good damage from Edward, and that will only go a long way when NaVi buy up in that upcoming round. I really hope it is that upcoming round, not this round. Because with 3 kills, there's certainly the temptation from NaVi, and we saw earlier they really succumbed to the temptation. Yeah, Zeus is saving for Simple here, because Simple's again gone and bought up a deagle in this round. Really just trying to make things work with these pistols. As unenjoyable as these rounds can be, you just got to get through them if you're NaVi. Allow FaZe an 11th. Do what you can with the deco. And oh, Simple. Only Simple was able to just go bang, 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 and all 3 bullets hit at such a range with that gun. So he takes an early kill, but it is swiftly traded by FaZe Clan, who keep things in check in the 4v4. And again, 1-for-1s. Great for NaVi considering the weaponry, but not good enough to win the round. You just need someone to go absolutely mental. And NaVi, they're going to give another one of these heavy stacks that they were showing on Inferno. They've put 4 players down on this B bomb site here. Good decision considering FaZe have been on A almost every single time. But for now, FaZe are going to avoid that very well. Oh, will they? That bomb's backing off. I don't know. They're not convinced. Neither are NaVi, in fact. They're rotating back up towards A. No, they're not. No one, yes, they are. No one knows what they're doing here, Harry.
They did that to trick you. I'm convinced at that point. They're listening in like, you get it? We've gone backwards and forwards now.
And then backwards again. They're back up on A, and NaVi, they're on the wrong site, Harry.
Yeah,
they played themselves.
They are on the wrong site, and sometimes this is just how it goes. You know, sometimes it's not your day. And I don't think it's going to be NiKo's day in a second when he gets through this smoke. There's a lot of players here. Ooh, okay. You know what? He's making the best out of a bad situation.
Gun's not bad for NaVi. Again, take that forward. You're going to have more weaponry in the upcoming round, more utility. Just keep some of that cash going. But yeah, FaZe have won the round. They've walked into the correct bomb site, surprisingly enough, after that early stack. We're going to be seeing this 11th go forward for the European mix here. Now, this is where things get really hot and heavy, Harry, because we're in a pretty similar situation to that previous map. An 11-7, what was an 11-6 scoreline on Inferno to NaVi. They got very, very close, and FaZe pulled it back. Now, is this a chance for NaVi to get back in the game? Or will FaZe run away with this one? That's what we're going to work out in this upcoming round.
Yes, indeed it is. And, thing I'm curious about as well is Zeus saving that AK, can drop an AWP over to Simple, and indeed he does. So we're going to see that board out early here for NaVi, and this is why I like to see that force buy in the second round. Look at the utility. Their cup runneth over. They've got, if anything, too much utility, Hugo, if that was such a thing. And, you know, they're going to be sending Edward down here towards B-bombs, like some support. The rest of the guys look like they're going to try and help out over here in mid as they try to take the early fights in this portion of the map. Simple there with the AWP, but FaZe with 3 players right now stacked up outside a Monster, trying to now seize control of Connector as well. Looks like this could be a faster play in toward B, and that would be the absolutely perfect read. Or I guess just perfect choice to do if you are over on the side of FaZe right now. There's only Edward here.
And it's so uncommon to see these aggressive, or so surprising to see these aggressive short pushes hold for so long for NaVi. Because if you don't see instant players take playground control on the T side, you should surely expect some kind of B play. It's very rare that you'll late play playground as a terrorist player. Reigns killed a man in the connector, and now Edward's going to get flashed, but he looks away. Olaf jumps in, using the curvature of the tunnel to actually get into that position and offset Edward's crosshair. Now it's a man down for NaVi, and the Molotov in the connector and the B site open for business means FaZe, yeah, they pretty much won the round.
Yeah, this is looking like a save for NaVi at this point in time, and you still have to worry about players lurking in the back line over here. That is going to be NiKo, and Electronic is already up past that Molotov. He's not ready for it whatsoever, but still going to be the round the way of FaZe. NaVi so far removed. All they can hope to do is hold on to these rifles. One silver lining at the very least is that they can still buy into this next round as long as they save the 3 of these.
Yeah, now this is where Zeus saving that AK in the previous round goes a long way, because Simple has extra cash. He didn't have to drop Zeus when he got given the AWP. Zeus had his own weapon to play with. Now, yeah, Simple going to get a bit of loss bonus to throw into this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Flamey caught in the playground. On the party, sorry. And Simple not going to be able to follow up and even get that trade. Yeah, this is really good for FaZe Clan, right? Now it's not even a close matchup. When you're at the 11-7 scoreline and NaVi are going for their first buy of the half, you've got to remember, like, this scoreline may look pretty bad, but all it takes is 2 or so rounds from NaVi to break FaZe and equal up the scoreline. Now if FaZe winning the first full rifle round of the half, because it was delayed by NaVi going for that second round force buy, this is where FaZe are really in control of the map.
Yeah, lots of confidence. Carrigan even charging in through that Molotov. Going to go in and take a close position up here toward middle. Double AWP board out for NaVi. That's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. It's Simple missing that early shot in through mid. While it's fine for the timing, he's allowed to leave. The man you've got to start to worry about is Electronic, who currently sits over towards long.
Yeah, this is a really good off angle though, but 2 players coming through. The flashbang misses. Oh, they line up for him, but NiKo's found the shot. Guardian ducks below as NiKo gets that opening kill. Simple. Lot of pressure on this man here. Zeus has moved himself up long in the meantime, but Simple's just sat close in the toilets trying to find a player. And look at how close by Rain is as well. That definitely could have been a bad case of timing for Simple, but he will avoid it by falling back to the site and keeping himself alive while NaVi get aggressive. Meanwhile, down on B short, Flamey with that secondary AWP peeks down the tunnel. And with this position taken, we could even see a rotation. We could see NaVi go for a AAA setup, and Edward, he's going to fall back. He's going to do exactly that. NaVi have read this round quite well if FaZe commit to what the setup is right now. But again, anything is possible. A rotation can always come through with Olaf Meister playing Monster. Zeus going to be looking away as Karrigan runs through, and that's the worst possible timing. This is actually going to be a B play after all. So this rotation from Edward can come back to haunt NaVi. Luckily enough, Flamey hits a shot, but that Molotov's going to cut things off. There's only 15 seconds left up. Flamey's done it all alone. They get through the molly, but then they meet Simple in heaven, and he's just firing off shots down from the top.
Yeah, damage done on to Rain, but he's going to be allowed to get that bomb down just in the nick of time. Here comes Simple, but Rain on 6 HP. Doing it all right now, and suddenly it's all going to fall onto the back of Edward in a 1v2 that never should have been. And Rain, you might have tagged him down low, but you've got to finish the job because this man, 6 HP, he's able to dig deep and find that 13th round for FaZe. Now they set up 13-7, laying waste to NaVi on their T side. I was going to say there's no money for NaVi. They can get a buy in here. That's not the end of the world. It's not going to be great, though. There's an AWP thrown over to Simple. It's not a fantastic buy, but they've gone with it anyway.
It's crazy. I'm not sure about this buy, though. Like, give FaZe 14, force buy up next round when you're actually going to have money to play with, right? It's not like you haven't got full loss bonus. Play with that. You're really just... I mean, this could work for NaVi because it always seems to, but this is, on paper, the worst idea you could go for because next round you're going to have everything if you eco this. Either way, FaZe have really given it to them this half. That was an excellent T-side fake on the previous round. The molly, the play up long from Karrigan, like mollies and smokes onto the site, and then again a quick rotate down connector. NaVi had taken short control and already pre-rotated a player off, and yeah, Flamey, he may have had that Molotov, but he wasn't able to win the round with it. And this time it's a bit of a different story because he's doing damage on long and Simple supporting from the back of the site. He's found himself another, and look at this push up from Edward. He's got his knife out, which could be a bit of a problem, but at least he's getting the information that FaZe are going back down towards B. That's me trying to pull out a positive of getting caught with your knife out, because that's never fun. And as FaZe set up nades towards his B site, it will just be an elaborate fake, trying to draw more rotates as Electronic moves down. We're going to see Simple begin to get off of that A-bomb side as well, but after spotting no push after the smokes land on B, he'll get back up on that A site, back up on the horse. 30 seconds left for FaZe to make an execute here, and they've got one smoke and one flash to do it.
Oh, they're going to throw out the utility in towards A, but the real play comes into this B bomb site, and Zeus just rotating off. Electronic is going to hear the footsteps. He has the MP9, which could actually be the perfect weapon for the job. They don't check it, and he's going to go to find them both. So an 8th round on the board for NaVi. On the back of that force, they had one M4 and an AWP heading into that round, and they managed to get everything done with it. That's the charm of the NaVi force buy. Whenever they work, they are fantastic.
Yeah, again, classic, right? NaVi go for just a surprise force that shouldn't come through, and there's no way FaZe would expect that, right? Maybe you can think, okay, it's NaVi, they might force, but the correct thing to do there is eco, so the fact that the NaVi actually get away with it is probably a big shock to FaZe, not ready for that kind of weaponry into the round, especially after they spot like players like Flamey with a deagle, and they go, oh, it's a pistol, we can get rid of it, and Simple just fires off 2 shots from the back of long with the AWP. Certainly doesn't help FaZe's case. But 13-8 here, they're still in a dominant position. This is by no means NaVi's game. Even with that 1 round 1, it's kind of dug them out of a bit of an awkward spot. It's given them a lifeline, Harry, a chance to still keep this match going. But FaZe want to end it swiftly with a fast B play.
Yeah, well, they're going to go through the incendiaries. Flamey's nade doesn't find all too much damage, but he's still alive over here on the barrels, and no entries going the way of FaZe until Olaf steps up to the plate. He's going to find 3, and now suddenly it's all on to Nico. In a 1v2, Electronic and Simple left to overthrow. Nico does have the bomb on his back, but that is about the only thing going his way. Wrapping up close, it's going to be Electronic, and Nico's not ready for it. That's that frag going the way of NaVi, rather. A 9th round going to be locked in as the defuse comes through. They shut down the fast play from FaZe. It does not prevail. You mentioned that last round is a lifeline. This one is starting to make this look possible now for NaVi.
What a round from Olaf as well. That's just so unfortunate. It comes after 3 of his teammates have been killed. If that came through on the initial push up, FaZe, they're winning the game. But another pause coming out from them as well as, again, as every NaVi game will be a very, very slow one, apart from these couple of rounds that FaZe have tried to speed up the pace. At least they are now controlling that on the T side. Nico's having a far better performance. 19 kills, 15 deaths on him right now. He really is stepping up to the mark here.
Yeah, I mean,
for
Nico
the FaZe clan.
was the only one for FaZe, along with Carrigan over on Inferno, I think really had much to say, and that looks to still be true, at least for him. Carrigan had a good start here on Overpass, but has fallen a little bit silent in these last few rounds. For me, the big question mark going to be residing over Guardian here. You know, I feel like you need someone to step up and try and counteract the simples on NaVi, and Guardian is the man who's supposed to be getting that job done, but he's been struggling, not off to the best of starts. Here's the AWP for FaZe. One man who's made a fantastic recovery, actually 2 men, is going to be Rain and Olaf. They both struggled massively back on Inferno. They're very much here to play on Overpass. I mean, as we saw that previous round, Olaf finding a 3K, right? So he's looking warm at the very least. They're going to go to throw some utility out here towards this A bomb site. They still have 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs left, so they don't have to commit to this. They're just looking to try and bait out some of this utility from NaVi. Simple, still yet to see anything here. It's going to be Electronic who's that first point of contact, but Olaf will be his last point of contact as he gets bested. Simple. Flashed right now, holding close, and here's the footsteps in the smoke. They're all around him, and Simple's been surrounded, finished off by Olaf. Nico going to find another. The bomb plant looking to come in, and Edward trying to save the day, but he's going to get shut down. It's a 1v1, seemingly from nowhere as the trades go back and forth. Flamey in the bank, looking to try and make a deposit by picking up this round, and Guardian gonna try and retrieve that bomb. He's got to cross that in the open. He has picked up Simple's AWP. Flamey still at bank, does just duck down beneath Guardian for the time being. He's going to win it out as he holds his own in the 1v2. NaVi going to be reaching double digits here, 10-13.
Oh, certainly worrying when FaZe rush the A site with pistols and get it down to the 1v1. Thank God Flamey's there to bail them out. Again, been having such a stellar performance from this player. In fact, was that? No, it wasn't the ace from him. He got a fair few kills, but either way. 13-10 here, and again, like every time you think that NaVi are out of a matchup, they suddenly come up big with a few rounds in a row, right? That was the same on Inferno. I honestly felt like that game was lost, and FaZe had control of it, especially with those crazy force buys NaVi were going for in the last 3 or 4 rounds of the entire map. And then out of nowhere, NaVi just pull out a couple of force wins, and there we go, it's their game. I feel like that could be the same case here. Even though FaZe are in control and have been for some time now, NaVi are slowly encroaching on this scoreline. No AWP for Guardian here, but that might be a bonus here, because if they go for another fast B approach like FaZe are setting up for, they could completely catch up NaVi. 4 players, though, on the CT side have gone down towards B in this round. Lots of utility from FaZe, but it won't convert to the actual push, and that's lucky for them, because they would have been running into most definitely a death there. We've even got some aggression from NaVi thrown in on short.
Yeah, big thing about that is you look at how much utility is baited out from the NaVi side. They've got an incendiary and 2 smokes left when it comes to delaying any pushes that FaZe now want to throw in. Yeah, FaZe, relatively speaking, having to use very little of their own. Keeping NaVi's attention over here towards B. Nico and Rain. Slowly but surely meandering their way up towards this A bomb site where currently no one resides for NaVi. There is a man over here in bank. That's going to be Electronic. But this is a very big ask, you know. It's here alone. He's going to spot them cross, and they do see him as well. So they have the information, but this A bomb site has been locked down. Olaf able to try and hold off these pushes back in through. Oh, that's an awkward bit of terrain to get stuck on. We've all been there, we've all done it, but it costs Olaf his life now at a crucial moment in this round, because you've also handed an AK over to Zeus. Guardian now in the toilets, looks to try and turn the tide of battle.
Yeah, but they're being sandwiched here. Guardian does wrap back round and take down that long player, but he's in such a pivotal position. He needs to try and stop these Na'Vi players from getting onto the site. And in fact, he's now wrapping them. They're not wrapping him. He's drawing them away from the bomb site. Even though Zeus gets the kill, it's valuable time that he is wasting here from getting on that bomb plant. And as a result, Na'Vi, they just run out of time. They've got a fall short. Na'Vi really set up for that
Danish
round.
there.
Yeah, right.
I was wondering what was happening.
Na'Vi, like, they really had that retake looking good with the flank coming in from both stairs and also flanking the connector, but big play from Guardian to wrap them, to draw their attention away, to bring Na'Vi away from that bomb site while they tried to hunt down that kill. It will cause FaZe to get another round, 14-10.
Critical point to note now is, you know, these last few rounds for Na'Vi, while they have been winning them, they haven't been the cleanest of rounds, and this is now where you see that, you know, come into effect fully. They have enough for this buy here. It's by no means perfect. It's missing, well, it doesn't have any bells or whistles, really. Yeah, this is a second-hand bicycle they've got at this point. And, well, they're going to try and make it work regardless. You have the defuse kit up on Flamey. A little bit of utility on Electronic, but that means you really can't afford to let him go down. For FaZe, they know that if they pick this up, Na'Vi are forced by until the very end of the game. So this is the ideal scenario if you're a FaZe fan, because they are so close to closing out this map.
Na'Vi have really no money to play with. 2K, it's going to be it. Next round, if FaZe can win it, and slow and steady wins the race for FaZe, but they're finally going to ramp up the pace as they take this A-bomb site. The smokes are down, but Na'Vi, they're playing aggressively in the toilets. Will FaZe realize, yes, after Simple spikes in with one, Electronic will join him, and here are the scores right now as FaZe are down in a 2-on-4. Things are falling apart. This aggressive short play from Na'Vi has just been the perfect call to make. As FaZe, they were so focused on players potentially on that bomb site, they didn't even think to be aware of the possibility of these players being around the toilets, and Electronic will go absolutely massive in that round. 2 kills on him, shutting down the push to the A-bomb site through long. Na'Vi, 11-14, Harry. They keep it going.
Yeah.
They don't allow FaZe to run away with a win.
And I mean, I'm not even mad that we had the old scores pop up for a second, because I don't want to see how FaZe lost that round. Right? They had no business losing that round. And it's not even like there was some individual brilliance over on the side of NaVi. Somehow it ends up being one of the cleanest rounds we've seen them have on their CT side, and they had nothing. Couple of rifles here and there. They get the job done on that alone. FaZe had everything going their way. They even had the bomb site. That's all the pieces of the puzzle, Hugo. They're all laid out. They're all there. The puzzle's almost done, mate. Just one more piece had to be put in, and that was finding the kills.
And they've been blinded right before they try and do the last piece.
Yeah.
This puzzle's not in Braille, Harry.
No, it's not. It's not in Braille, but NaVi, they should be in jail, because that's criminal, the fact that they get away with that. It's going to be rifles across the board up for NaVi right now. For FaZe, they've had to go for the eco. They've had to stoop to new lows as they try and scrape together enough money for the coming rounds.
I mean, Simple is the second bottom in the server right now, the bottom of his team. So if we have him step up in these next couple of rounds, NaVi could certainly still make this game a reality. This round should be theirs every time. FaZe have gotten so close to this bomb site with NaVi having no information at all. They have 3 players here. That is one positive. Flash over on long. This allows Electronic or Zeus to get aggressive and try and go for this kill, but Rain catches him from the backline. Simple's got to try and spray and pray, but there's so many players pushing his position. He only gets 1 for it. Zeus trades as well, but he needs more than 1, and there's the bomb dropped. Pistol out, and he looks to whip down against FaZe with 30 seconds left. The trade is there, but Edward has had ample time to climb up the stairs, and NaVi is still going to pick up that round. 12-14. Yes, casualties will ensue, but the round is NaVi's anyway, and FaZe still don't have money to buy.
Fantastic stuff from Edward to go ahead and get a leash back on the beast that was FaZe there. 14-12, tactical time called in for FaZe, and that's justifiably so. You know, they need to try and figure this out. They're still not going to have enough money really to go for the investment. That was one thing that left me scratching my head, Hugo. We saw them save about $1,000 per person. I'm being optimistic and rounding up there, by the way. And, you know, only being at that first round loss bonus, you're not going to be looking at a buy, I imagine, if you're FaZe. I think they're going to have to make the rather gut-wrenching call of taking another eco here. Which certainly is not where you want to wind up. That said, they did a lot of damage to the NaVi economy. They could be tempted to go for a force buy. The possibilities are endless here, Hugo. The issue is, with how the money's been, both of these teams, you know, looking at their economy in the same fearful way that pensioners look at snow. It's really not a good situation. It could just spell disaster, Hugo, I guess, is the point I'm making.
It really could, Harry. It really could. Oh. Well, let's see who's bringing the meals on wheels here. Who has got the money to play with? Another technical pause, post-tactical pause. Everyone's getting pauses. Oprah handed them out like a madman right now. And I mean, it's so up in the air right now, right? Anyone can take this game. And that is always the NaVi way, right? You know that at the end of the day, whatever weaponry NaVi you have or weaponry NaVi don't have, they still have a very good chance of running away with these.
Oh, Hugo, I said to you, I love technical pauses in the late stage of a game.
Yeah.
The reason it still stands, it gives us time to recap some stories and build up some excitement heading into this round right now. Do you want to try and build me some excitement?
I can build you some excitement on some other matches, if that's what you're interested in.
I mean, it wasn't, but let's go.
I'm straying away from the conversation,
that's
but I feel like this is also important. Fnatic are currently 6-5 up against G2. Oh, no, that's not Pro League. Whoops. Bigger currently 3.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, we're doing
currently
so well
3 up versus Space Soldiers on
go.
Inferno.
Oof.
That's the only other game you should be paying attention to right now. As that's off to a good start.
But forget that game, Harry, because this game's going back live. We're back in round 27. FaZe still in the lead, but they've had that for a few here, and it's not been too good in the last couple. NaVi have been able to keep this game going. FaZe are on pistols here as they wait for more loss bonus to kick in, and they're going to probably kick up the pace as they set up outside of B. NaVi jump spotting here. Edward trying to get info, but he'll stop doing it right as FaZe get into position in fear of going down to one of these pistols, but oh, nice nade. Not sure who threw that. I think it was Zeus or Edward. Yeah, Zeus from the heaven, actually. That's a really nice nade. Does a lot of damage, and FaZe are going to be very, very easy to bomb up now for NaVi with rifles on this bomb site. Only Olaf on full health. Okay. Edward just shoots through the wall and gets a random kill. That's never something you can account for. Bit of utility gone for FaZe, but they've still got to go for this execute, Harry. Oh my god.
Well, Flamey through that smoke. Going to continue his recent decent trend. Guardian left in a 1v4. Silenced and put down. 13-14 now, Hugo. NaVi slowly but surely making this comeback happen. We saw FaZe be the first team to reach 14 rounds. If you think back to Inferno, once again, so close to getting over the finish line there. But NaVi looking to try and steal it away from FaZe Clan twice in a row tonight.
And it's another eco in round number 28. I mean, FaZe can just not get the money situation under control right now. It's more and more pistols. This is NaVi's opportunity to literally win the game. And I don't know how they've done it, how they've gotten this far. Again, they've not completed this just yet, and we've still even got pistols to contend against, which can always be scary. But FaZe had this game in the bag, Harry. They've let it slip to a very unfortunate position. 5 players up on short here. Electronic is close, and he's got no support because Simple's just having rotate back towards the bank. He's focused on long right now. Electronic, this is not a good position up against Tech 9s and P250s, especially not when they're all together. Flashes through, nice shot, gets 2, maybe 3 bits of damage, and Electronic can fire off and take a couple of kills, but that gun has been gifted to FaZe Clan, a bit of a boost to their weaponry.
Still 1 M4. Oh, Nico. Never mind. Might not even need the rifle as Nico starts to spring to life, instantly cancelled out by Flamey. And yeah, I mean, 1M4, it's like a water pistol in a forest fire at this point for Guardian. It's not going to get too much done, but it's better than nothing. It's over here towards Long. Doesn't have armor either. Carrigan's with him. Zeus and Flamey have this crossfire set up over towards A. Flash going to go high. Zeus is fully blind. Guardian finds it, but Flamey instantly able to trade. And now this flank from Edward, combined with a lack of time, going to make things too tricky for Carrigan. 14-14, all tied up, Hugo. Still the potential for this to head on through to an overtime. Still the potential for this to go on that much longer. But NaVi are hungry to close this out now.
Yeah, FaZe are going to be kicking themselves. The crazy thing is we saw some really nice executes from FaZe earlier on in this map. Where have they gone, right? Especially with how, you know, one execute that worked out really well for them was that long control round where they dropped back down through the connector to B. And we've not seen NaVi play long at all on the CT side. So that's something that FaZe could certainly try and exploit. Either way, Simple, he's exploiting Rain down in the connector. He's already found himself a first kill with that AWP, having a bit of a slow game, but it doesn't seem to matter. He's come to life at the perfect point, taking the man advantage and pulled back his Olaf. Puts it into the 4v4 after killing Edward. But still Electronic is interested in this one, and he will go all the way around, wrapping onto the one long player there is. Nico's gone, and that's such an important kill because now this is giving away the fact that this is a fake. FaZe actually set up for what looked like one of these B rounds with a bit of an A fake first, but Nico's dead. He can't throw in any utility, and now the nades raining over B makes it very, very clear where the FaZe clan want to push.
Yeah, there's still a minute left, but Carrigan's already all the way up here on short with the bomb on his back, and that molly goes ahead and makes things even harder for him. They're given some temporary time to reflect and have a think on how they want to play this round out. 40 seconds left. Carrigan and Guardian left up. Simple deletes the first man, and I thought Simple got that just really delayed, but I know it's Flamey to go ahead and pick it up. A match point now for NaVi. This is absolutely unreal. The fact that we're even at this portion of the game. It was
11-7.
Yeah, it was 11-7 at one point in time in favor of FaZe. I mean, let's not forget. I mean, even then, it was 13-7 at one point.
Yeah, you're right, sorry. Yeah, it's even more.
Yeah.
One-sided.
Not giving them enough credit.
No.
So NaVi doing an absolutely fantastic job of hauling us back to match point now in their favor. In spite of the fact that, you know, we saw FaZe sitting 14-10 up. They've been one away from match point for so long now. NaVi about to steal it out from underneath their feet for the second time tonight. Unless FaZe can dig deep and find the strength to take us through to an overtime now.
We've even got this double AWP back again. FaZe have barely got a buy here. This AWP for Guardian is gone, and they're just going to desperation rush into this B bomb site. Flamey's not set up for it. He's not ready for the pace. AWP is up, but the pistols are also out, and he's spraying away. The Rex is finding a frag. Edward lines up a double in the meantime, and FaZe are falling apart at what could be the most crucial point in the map. It's done. NaVi have taken the victory here on Overpass. All the rounds here for Pro League carry, and somehow NaVi pull that comeback.
Yeah, they managed to get the job done. NaVi looking fantastic, and for FaZe, they are going to be feeling devastated as for the second time tonight, it just falls short. And, well, NaVi, I mean, just fantastic stuff to dig deep, have the resilience there and actually pull this one back.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. Again, this team has been so good in Pro League right now, almost going flawless, only dropping one map across everything that they've played. So pretty fantastic to see. But also, what is fantastic to see is Trace right next to us. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, other than the fact I have to stand right next to you guys. There's something about a starch odor from over there. Either way, let's move on to some more nitty-gritty stuff. Of course, thank you guys for your... Yeah. Let's go ahead and start to lock this one down a little bit more. We do have a little bit more of an in-depth piece here with my friend Chad, the Australian Birchill. Not to be confused with Bad Churchill, his alter ego. Chad, what do you got for us?
Yeah, we've just gone back to Chad in recent times, but I want to point out for the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls at home, when you can make the right call, you can make the right read, you can even make the right play, but when you miss the shots, you're not going to win the round. So what we're actually going to highlight here is a pistol upgrade forced by round that's coming. Let's just set the scene. You can see right now there's 40 seconds left on the clock. This is an upgrade round or a buy round coming in from FaZe Clan after being able to take that pistol. If you look over here, you can see that we have a bit of an investment coming in on the sides of NaVi. Quite a few players with armor across the board. They've got pistol upgrades. And the thing I want to point out is the 2 smoke grenades that are left. Now, what we're going to see happen as we start playing out the clip, they've managed to hold on to this utility until 40 seconds. So lobbing this smoke down, what that's going to do is it's going to give you an extra 18 seconds on the clock with the smoke up. Now the pressure is on FaZe. They're fully committed right now. They're hitting this A bomb site. They're going to throw their utility. They're going to throw their smokes in. Look how many players right here from NaVi are on this A bomb site. 4 players in very close positions ready to stop this attack. Now, this is the problem. We're going to see Electronic grab 1. Normally, he'd get 2 there. This would be huge from him. He misses. Now we're about to see Flamey whiffing deagle shots. This stack towards the bomb site has completely fallen apart, even though they made the right call and the right read. They saved their utility, but didn't hit the shots. And that could have been a massive pivot round to get NaVi back in this game even quicker, Trace.
Yes, it could have, Chad. And ultimately, thank you for highlighting that. Obviously, there are a few glaring issues with that sort of structure, with that approach, I guess I should say. One of the glaring issues that we did see throughout this matchup was a few FPS drops, Chad. What on earth could you possibly do to fix those things?
Maybe buy a supercomputer.
You know what a supercomputer would have? Is an Intel processor. My goodness, I don't think I could have said it any better than that. In fact, processing speeds in which you can game, record, and stream without compromise. That's right, grab yourself an Intel processor. Chad, I'm sure you have one.
We know what we didn't compromise here this evening. Close games of Counter-Strike. Once again, we've gone the distance, and NaVi had to battle back into it. It's like this has been the situation with FaZe in a lot of scenarios, is their inability to close, and unfortunately, we're seeing that here online as well. Now, NaVi, everybody's showing up for them. We're getting good performances this evening from the likes of Edward, Zeus, everybody having impact. It hasn't just been those 3 stars or the 2 stars, that powerful duo of Electronic and Simple that we highlight time and time again showing up. It's everybody getting it done. And on the flip side of things, even, Carrigan continued to have decent form after that first game where he went beast mode on Inferno.
I see what you did there with the flip side of things. It's not bad, Chad. Not your worst, not your best. But in fact, we could talk a little bit about the T-side woes that turned out to be FaZe Clan. They did start the half pretty strong there, but of course it all started to fall apart towards the end. Why was it just an uphill battle for them?
Look, I'm not quite sure after, you're winning both pistol rounds and they were converting. In the first half, they got 4 on a stretch, and then the second half, they were able to get 5. And as you were touting the fact that they did have a very strong start, at that point, you thought it would have been their game to close. But unfortunately, as we did have those back and forth rounds, it was aggressive individual plays that I felt was coming out from NaVi. They were gamble stacking bomb sites as well, making a lot of plays like that. We saw a crazy pistol round go down on that second half as well. So I think it was just the fact that NaVi were making the right reads, the right calls, and being in the right place at the right time. Both sides had a couple of clutch moments which could have gone either way in either half. And that's normally in a case of Counter-Strike when you're talking about a 16-14 scoreline. I'm just trying to think if there's any big omissions to me. Like, you look here at the scoreboard, sure, Carrigan's down the bottom, but he's not to be blamed. This isn't one of these situations where stats tell the story of this game. Yeah,
I mean, this was a very close affair for what it was. And in fact, if you would have compared this to the last map, you thought, okay, perhaps FaZe can split maps tonight, but that's just not how it all went down, Chad. In fact, FaZe have fallen twice this evening, and NaVi have found themselves riding away with both Inferno and Overpass. But that's not to say that they can't continue on with the quadruple spree of wins here. That's right, they have 2 more maps here tonight. That over likes of North, the Danes themselves. We're going to see them square off on Dust 2 and Train. But first, we're going to be going to a break. Match day number 7 continues when we come back, so make sure you're here with us.